pretty damn good movies.
Black Klansman was awesome.
Actually, yeah. I thought it was okay.
Oh man, I liked that one.
It wasn't hard enough for him.
Yeah, it wasn't hard enough. Great acting in it. What's Inside Job? I thought was really good.
Oh, that's a good film. Yeah.
It's fucking Womble in the bed.
Denzel Washington and Clive Owen.
Yeah,
fucking Womble in the bed.
Sorry. What did I? Oh yeah, I think I said. I said Duke instead of Dutch. I'm still haunted by that. I got fucking one of my favorite movies, character in my favorite movie's name from Predator.
We're officially live, gentlemen.
Yay!
And there's a Womble in the bed.
Well, I wish I was in bed. Instead, and on this time on a Saturday morning, I wish I was in bed. Instead, I'm here bringing joy to the world forever, because this is the internet and everything lasts forever. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pixel Pints episode 13. Unlucky for some, especially if you're called Evan. More later. We are Pixel Pints. Follow us at Pixel_Pints on Twitter, Pixel Pints Pod on Instagram, where Matt should have posted his picture of the $28 worth of beer. Instead, he posted it on his own personal Twitter account rather than the Pixel Pints Instagram. So,
what did I post on the Pixel Pints Instagram?
You didn't. The last thing you posted was you making a curry watching a Formula One.
No, I probably must have, maybe I used the Pixel Pints to repost my Instagram. That's what it was.
He's not impressed.
I'm eating biscuits, by the way, for anyone listening. If you hear a crunching noise, it's some dark chocolate digestives for breakfast.
Ooh, nice.
Anyway, enough of that shit. I'm not going to ask how anyone is because no one bothers to ask me.
That's not true. I just did. Okay.
Not on stream, Liam. It only counts if you care about me in public.
Oh, okay. How are you, Key?
That is true.
I'm very tired, but I'm
I don't care.
Yeah.
I
thought you were going to say something else then.
Are you going to call him a jabroni next?
I'm going to get points deducted.
Yeah, God.
Oh, no, you'll be able to do that through the quiz. Right. We are the only global gaming podcast who talk about two things that we enjoy, which is good beer and video games. Well, Evan's not enjoying video games at the moment, but we'll get onto that. Does anyone have any, before we get onto Evan's woes, with quite possibly the greatest game that's ever made, not called The Last of Us Part 2, which is a wonderful game only made by brilliant people. No one's mentioned a certain series of Japanese games that I was programmed to say that it was a fabulous series of games. So well done with that. Who's got beers they want to talk about? Because I'm drinking tea at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I've got 3 beers that I'll be going through during the episode. And I may or may not talk about them. I might just crack them and drink them. But I've got 1985 IPA. This is a mango IPA. I got this one just for you, McWomble. But this is by New Belgium. I have another New Belgium beer, which is a American Haze, a Voodoo Ranger. This is a lower alcohol percentage hazy IPA, but not so much as hoppy as I thought it was going to be. And then Big Dogs, which is a local brewery here, their Dirty Dog IPA. This is a proper IPA at 7.1%.
Ooh. Nice session, one.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just do the same thing that you did then, Berkough, because that seems to work. So in Japan, they often they'll make like a spring version of one of their kind of mainstay beers, or like a special brew that's limited for like the fall or the spring. And then they'll like color the can pink for spring because of cherry blossoms, and then fall because leaves fall down, as Mikwamba likes to say. So this is the Ebisu Amber, Premium Amber. I haven't had it yet, but Ebisu is one of the more popular beers in Japan. Slightly more expensive than most. I'm guessing it's an amber ale, although it doesn't say. Looking forward to that. Again, with the fall colors, this is the Premium Malt Floral Fall or Autumn Ale 2020. And be drinking that. And then, what was it, last week or the week before, I had that Nagahama IPA that I really, really liked. So this is the same one, but this is the Sorachi Ale. Oh, we have English this time. Beer with smooth taste, using Sorachi Ace as the main hop. The aroma, like lemongrass and cypress, is impressive. Wow, that's some big words there. So I'll be drinking that as well. And I know we don't have a lot of time. I swear this is the last gimmick. Can't be doing this all day. It's a fucking waste of time. But I was listening to a little song off the award-winning movie called A Star is Born, directed by and starring A-list celebrity Bradley Cooper. There's a little song in there that is called Maybe It's Time. So I wrote a little jingle for the Pixel Pints based off of that song.
He just blew out the microphone.
Yeah.
Too loud for the mic.
Wait, hold on. Not working?
You're gonna have to play.
Almost.
You're gonna have to play it real light.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can I turn the gain down?
It's better.
Yeah, better.
Okay. This is gonna be absolute shit, by the way. So let's just let's hurry it up. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's time for the Pixel Pints. Maybe it's time for the Pixel Pints. Talking about games and beer and getting drunk on Saturday night. Maybe it's time for the Pixel Pints. Some people just like getting drunk with their friends. Some of us can get drunk with their friends. But others have to wake up at 8 a.m. Can only talk about games instead. But others can get drunk with their friends. All around the world is where we come from. Brought together by a love of pints and pixels too. But when the quiz master makes quizzes, so that Matt will surely win and never lose, it's no good. Now it's time for the Pixel Pints. Now it's time to have a good time. Talking about games and beer and getting drunk on Saturday night. Maybe it's time for the Pixel Pints. Turn up the dial with all your might. Maybe it's time for the Pixel Pints.
Yay!
Didn't know that about Devon.
That was
so
actually-
he lives in Japan and knows how to play guitar.
That was,
And-
What a load of hippie bollocks.
that was pretty good. I'm shedding a tear.
I had for the 2
He's
beers.
been waiting weeks for his wife to be out. Sorry, his fiance to be out, so he can do that.
Probably, yeah.
I think I was waiting a bit, but
That should be the outro song for the cast.
yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Let me record that 12 times before I actually get it right and not fuck up. So
No, I think it's better that you fuck up. It's more on brand.
We can just use the audio from this.
Yeah, you can just rip the audio out and just stick it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I've got 2 beers. I'm not drinking now, of course. This was from
gonna
last
say.
night when I was drinking until like 2 a.m. And yes, I am here at 8 a.m. But
We appreciate
2 beers from Brew York. There we go. So I'll show you the can design.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
yeah, that is cool. I like that.
And at the back, there's like a tasting.
I've seen
Like
that before.
thing?
Yeah.
Matrix, thank you. The beer is called
Can't read it.
Turtle
Eclipse of the
Heart.
Heart. Turtle Eclipse of the Heart.
That
Boo! Boo!
And what I would say about this beer is it says fruity if you look at the matrix, and then the flavor just dies like horrendously. So you have that sip, you get the fruitiness, and then it's just bad.
Oh wow.
It's
it, like,
weird. Like
watery?
we the person I was drinking it with, because I was like, oh, you can try it as well, and I was just wanted his opinion, one of my mates, and he was like, yeah, wow. He goes, I really couldn't drink a pint of this. He goes, it's like sipping it is like it's okay, but he goes, then it just like falls off a cliff for flavor. I was like, oh yeah. The other one, also by Brew York, is this one here called Kai Juice, and this has got some kind of like Godzilla creature on it.
It's a pretty good name.
Yeah. And then this one has got hops and fruit, and I didn't think it was remarkably hoppy, but it was a better drink. This is an American pale ale, but the other one was a pale ale. This one's definitely a better drink, and I could drink quite a few of these.
And could we expect to say a review of those on the Pixel Pints Instagram account?
Yes, I will do that and upload them later today when I'm feeling a lot better than I am now. And at 2 a.m. it would have been horrendous to do it, so I will do it.
Typos and all.
Yeah.
I applaud you
Bad
for
enough when
being
I'm
up.
sober, never mind when I'm drunk.
Right. Is everyone ready for what they look forward to of a weekend?
I really need to. You know what I need to clip is the Monday Night Football. Dun dun dun. Dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Since we've got uneven teams, Rafa, just join on to whatever team is answering questions because I don't want you to sit there and feel left out.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's cool.
gets to do both.
I'll do my best.
In a totally made-up coin flip, Matt, your team is going first because you're at the top of the page.
That works.
It's the only reason. Evan, would you like to tell Matt and his team what topic you selected for him to answer the questions on?
Sure. And I obviously tried to choose something that I wasn't sure Matt's knowledge of the subject, because I didn't want to go too far either way. The topic for Matt's team is Silent Hill.
Okay.
And I don't know how much you guys know about it. So, yes, Silent Hill.
Matt, Liam, Rafa, you have 8 questions on the Silent Hill franchise. Starting now. Which infamous Silent Hill movie... in what year did the infamous Silent Hill movie get released?
Fuck. That was...
Terrible?
Well, yeah, it was
It
terrible.
was a terrible film.
I want to say that it was... Correct me if I'm wrong, Liam. Or Rafa.
don't know where I am.
2006?
Well, I think that we should go with that because that was the year I was thinking as well. So,
That's the sound. Oh, I'm not involved.
yeah.
Don't help him out.
How many Silent Hill movies are there?
I'm feeling 2005 or 2006. There was another one in 2011, I think.
Because I can only remember one.
Which one are you thinking of, Rafa?
The one where at the end the family gets back home, but the husband is in another dimension than his wife and kid.
That's the first
second one.
Silent Hill movie. I'm surprised you didn't go at the scene where Pyramid Head rips off a woman's skin with one pole.
I don't remember that.
And then
Like,
throws it
for
at the
whatever
fucking
reason.
cathedral doors just as they're closing. Her
I don't
skin
even-
outfit, and
I don't
blood
even
shoots
know
through the
if
crack.
I don't even know if I watched the full movie, or maybe I just came into it because it was on TV, and maybe I went.
You could have watched the movie, and then your brain said no, and it's blotted
Pretty
most
hazy.
of it from your mind.
Hello.
But
All
yeah, like my only clue is that it was in the early 2000s.
2006.
Right, that's enough talking.
I
It
feel
is correct.
I'll
It
go
took
with
a
that.
fucking long time, didn't it? Could have just said that. Including all formats and platforms, how many games with the title Silent Hill have been released?
Oh, what the fuck?
1, 2, 3, and 4. Then there was the PSP one, right?
I'm not going to tell you.
No, I'm
Yeah, there was
asking.
a
I'm
PSP.
asking.
There's a Book of Memories, wasn't it?
Something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
or Shattered Memories.
Was there one
I
on the
think that was a
Vita?
different one.
Okay, so
And are you counting the HD collection, Keith?
is the
Has it
HD
got-
collection separate?
would the Silent Hill HD collection have the word Silent Hill in the title?
Okay, I see. You're playing it like this, huh? Oh man.
So 6, 7.
Oh, there could be a bunch you just never know about, like the mobile games or something.
Any 3DS ones?
Hit the lever.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing something like 12 or 13.
I feel comfortable. I feel pretty confident in 12. If we all want to go with that.
13. I feel like saying 13 just because
that's the
one
number of the
obscure
episode.
one
All right,
that I don't know about.
13. Final answer.
It is 13.
Wow. Hey, what is it with questions
Hell
where
yeah.
it's either 12 or 13 and people getting it right?
How many of those have we had? Except for one.
That's only the second time.
Silent Hill is a fictional town rumored to be in which U.S. state?
Shit, isn't this it's Massachusetts, isn't it, guys? Either Massachusetts or New Hampshire, I think.
Well, both of those would be wrong. It's Maine.
I was working my way
Close.
up towards Maine,
Yeah.
is what was happening.
Okay,
Nice
I
to
admit
go.
I would have got the first and the second questions wrong, but I was going to throw Maine out simply because Stephen King, all of his shit happens in Maine.
Oh,
Yeah,
So I
right.
thought maybe that's where they ripped it off from.
The Nintendo DS, going back to what Rafa was saying earlier, had a number of Silent Hill titles rejected from going onto the system. How many titles were rejected?
On the DS.
I feel
No
like
fucking clue.
4 is a pretty comfortable number to go with. Do you guys have an opinion? All right, let's go with 4.
It's 3.
Fuck.
It was a port.
Oh.
It was a port of Book of Memories. Then there was Dementium, The Ward, and Dementium 2. 2 were rejected by Nintendo.
Dementium 2. Sorry.
And one Konami rejected putting its own game on the Nintendo DS.
Wow.
Because
Wait,
Konami is
how
Konami.
didn't they do Deuterium and then have the second one already in development before the first
Already
one?
lined up,
So-
yeah. Dementium 2.
It was that expansive. It was
That's
gonna
right.
have to be 2 games.
Yeah, you can't pack Dementium into one game. Come on.
At the time of launch of Silent Hill 3, what made the protagonist stand out from the previous 2 games?
Oh,
Shit.
she's a woman.
Is that what?
Is correct.
Okay.
Can't remember
I
her
was gonna
name.
say-
I'm so
I was
glad
gonna
you
say
didn't
she
ask
had
her
like
name.
I was gonna say she had like a down vest on with like holes in it.
I used to fancy her when I was younger.
Harry Mason was the main protagonist in the original Silent Hill game. What was his wife's name?
Oh, fudge nuggets. That's not my answer. I just
Fudge nuggets is wrong.
Something like Julia or something.
yeah, something.
The best thing would be like is right. Like, whoa, okay.
What's his last name again? Mason.
Yes.
Let's go with Julia.
It's Jody.
Jody.
Oh, so close.
Wow, you got
Good J
you got a
there.
J.
Silent Hill had a visual novel game called Play Novel Silent Hill. Great title. Released on which handheld platform?
That was the 13th game that I thought would exist.
Right.
What the hell is this?
So, are we saying the Vita then?
It's got to be something obscure, right?
Right.
Game Boy?
I'm gonna go with Vita.
Yeah, it must have been the Vita.
I know it's definitely not Vita. I don't remember anything like that releasing on Vita. It's definitely not Vita.
All right. Well, what about the Advance? Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, but I think that's a better guess.
Okay.
I believe that's called these guys pulling it out of their arse again, because it was the Game Boy Advance.
Wow.
Damn it, man! You guys are fucking killing this
I
quiz.
don't remember any Silent Hill for Game Boy, and there's no way because it came out towards the end of the PlayStation's life cycle.
Well, that's the thing. I thought on the principle that I'd never heard of it. But it might be
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone
Right.
with Vita for the same reason. I'd never heard of it on Vita.
Actually, I think I would have gotten one question right so far if this were my
Right,
quiz.
last question. Which game
Me
designer
too.
is credited with creating the Silent Hill franchise?
It's Mikami, right? Shinji Mikami.
Which game designer?
It is Toyama, isn't it?
I thought it was Shinji Mikami.
No. He created Resident Evil.
I'm gonna go with your answer then.
I can't remember his first name. Because the rumors are that he's back at that he's at Sony now developing the new one. Toyama.
I'll give it to you. It is Toyama. I can't pronounce his first name.
Oh,
I don't want to butcher it.
I don't
Yeah,
know what it is.
I think even knowing the last name is, I think that's
Yeah.
totally acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
you've
tough
got
question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. 5 out of 8. That's pretty good. 10 points brings you up to 54.
Nice.
Matt,
We need to
Finally
pull out our
redeemed
ass.
myself.
would you like to tell Evan what topic you chose?
Evan, your topic is 90s sports games.
Ooh, I like this.
You guys got to help me out. I never liked sports games.
Well, I figured it
Is that
was
because you can't play them on hard mode?
Of course. Don't ask questions you know the answer to.
Right. So, since we're all here and ready, I'm going to start off with a couple of football-related questions. How many years did FIFA games get released over the course of that decade?
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking for the total number of games, the FIFA games that were released
Is
over that
that
decade.
is that just like the game was released on multiple platforms, but it was the one game?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
What are we counting? 90 to 99?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
but
5.
What year though? Like I remember FIFA 95.
That's what I'm thinking. It's every year from 95, but I can't think.
Was that the first
August.
FIFA?
I
Or
don't think
were
there was some
there-
other FIFA game that didn't have a year, I think, but I don't know if
Were there any other
94 was the
FIFAs
game.
before that?
I mean, whatever. If we get it wrong, like, who cares? But I'll defer to.
And there's also
Sure.
the chance there was I may be totally wrong, but
The World Cup games, FIFA World Cup games as well came
yeah,
out then.
like a
So you
side
had,
game. That
you had
was
FIFA 98, and then you had FIFA. I'm sure they released a France World Cup one, like because before obviously it was before DLC and stuff. So I'm
So-
pretty sure there was a separate World Cup.
It all
game.
started in
Wow.
95 plus the World Cup one.
And then I think there was a like FIFA football or something before it was named.
Yeah.
Could be wrong
So
there.
that's
So then 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm.
it's like if you're including the pre one, Dan, then that would be 7. We just shoot for it. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if
There
that's
might be-
too low.
I think that's too low. I don't know.
Well,
It's up
too
to you
high,
guys.
I don't know.
Evan, your team captain, pick an answer.
Yeah, I'm happy with 7, Evan. I probably
Sure.
might be off, but
I got the doorbell. Sure.
7, yeah.
Hi. Hi.
He actually does
Hey.
have somebody at the door. I thought he was just leaving because like I don't want to answer this.
It's probably someone just randomly ringing the bell. They've got the wrong flat, but now he's going to go out in the corridor and say, "Do you know how many FIFA games were released in the 1980s?"
and come back and say 7. No, I think that's too low. I don't know why.
I don't know why I would be helping Evan, but 7 was what came to mind for me.
Oh, fuck it! It was 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was thinking 93, I think, was the first game. Then they skipped a year. It was either 93 or 94, and then they skipped a year. And like you guys were saying, they came out with the World Cup game, and then it was every year after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first one was just called FIFA International Soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was just a FIFA title. What was the first year, Keith? Was it 95?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 94.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was,
94.
it was 93 or 94. Yeah.
Yeah, it's FIFA International Soccer. I think it was 94. I can't remember. I didn't commit that to memory because I have to block a lot of what EA does from my mind.
I will say this mango IPA, super smooth, just a slight hint of mango. Really good beer.
I'd probably like that. At some point when
Sounds
we
like I'd
do
like it
this,
too.
yeah, when we do this of an afternoon, and all of us European people, need to make sure we get the Brexit in.
What did you have delivered, Evan?
Hey, I
Face
got
masks?
my Mino Mino beer delivery today. Keep cool, drink cool, baby. I'm so excited.
Do you want to do a live unboxing video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's. I'll do it while we're doing the quiz. I was listening, by the way. 7, nice.
Yeah.
Good job. guys.
Okay, question 2. Two football games were released in 1996. FIFA 96 was one. Which was the other?
World Cup?
Like, football games. Was it not Pro Evolution?
Oh yeah, another franchise.
Was it called Winning 11 at the time, though?
It was Winning 11. I don't know if it was Winning 11 at that point, but it was Winning 11 in Asia anyway, and it was, I'm sure it was, at that point it still was Pro Evolution in Europe and I don't know about America. Same game.
Well, that is wrong. It was UEFA Euro 96.
Oh, it was what you said. Damn it. Yeah, I knew it was UEFA. So pre Evolution.
Got a little Mino pin with an explanation on the beers.
That was in the back of my mind. UEFA 96. But,
Well, I was thinking because you guys mentioned the FIFA 98 World Cup
Yeah.
game, you remember that Euro 96 happened 2 years before,
Yeah.
and that had a separate release from a different developer. Question 3. Sega's Virtua Tennis game launched in which year in the 90s?
Ooh, virtuous.
Isn't that Dreamcast?
Dreamcast and arcade.
Yeah.
Was that 2001?
Equally brilliant on both.
No, it would be in the 90s. So you just said that.
Oh. Fucking hell, I'm-
90s sports games. But
Let's go
2001's quite-
2001.
I
Luckily,
did
I don't
not.
take your first
I was
answer.
I was posing the question to my team. Thank God I have one. Fucking. God
How
damn
much
it.
have you had to drink?
1990.
Is this you
It's my
playing this
second
game
beer.
on hard mode? I should be asking you
Oh,
harder
man.
questions, shouldn't I?
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm struggling so much.
No,
Wait, 99? Wasn't it like
I think it was earlier than that. I want to say it was earlier than that.
All
Tennis.
right, I don't want to help
Matt,
you
don't
guys.
help, and just stop opening your shit and give me an answer.
What do you think, guys?
94 or 95, I don't know.
I was thinking 7 for some reason. I don't know why. That's just in my mind.
Who feels better about what they said?
That was just a pure guess. But
I don't know, I
was
wasn't there.
God damn.
I'm thinking 97 or 98, but that's just because I don't know why I'm thinking that.
What do you go with? You just want to go with 97?
I was
Just
3
was
years
like
old in
in
97.
your answer. That's all.
Okay, I'm getting bored. You're wrong. You should have.
97.
You should have trusted yourself. You said 1999.
Yeah.
Damn it.
999.
You should have trusted yourself. It was 2001.
Oh, Dreamcast. God
Yes.
damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking.
You said Dreamcast
I-
at the start, so.
That's like one of the only tennis games I've ever
Question
played.
4.
Fuck.
We're going to be here all fucking day.
Yeah.
Is it? I wouldn't be very good on TV, would I?
No.
or
This is
or
why we're on the
they love
internet.
it.
Yeah.
Just go full heel Quizmaster. They'll love it.
Even worse than the weakest link. Where I just was saying, you're fucking thick, aren't you?
That lady was great.
You seriously
Yeah.
put in an application to come onto a quiz show, you fucking moron.
Oh, man.
Right, question 4. 1080 snowboarding was released in 1998 exclusively for which console?
The N64.
Yeah. N64.
I love that game.
It was the N64. Midway, question 5. Midway released 2 NBA Jam games and 2 other NBA games in the 90s, but which developer did they lose the NBA Jam name to, who also released 2 NBA Jam games in the same decade?
So Midway lost it. Midway.
Was it not EA? Because then it was EA Big, and they used to like fly in. But maybe that wasn't EA NBA Jam. Maybe that was something else.
That guess is as good as any because they fucking own like they have every license.
But,
to
no, I
every...
don't know if that's right.
Correct me if
I
I'm
just
wrong,
remember that vividly
Keith.
in the 90s.
But
where
they're
it'd be
no
like,
longer
EA
around,
Big,
right?
and like the foot would come through.
Oh no, they went bust. Both companies have disappeared.
Oh, okay. In that case, it's not my guess. Thanks for that.
I don't know why Matt's helping you. He's not figuring out this winning quiz thing.
It's obscure enough. I don't think they'll get it.
I don't
no
know,
idea.
man.
Does anyone want to have a guess of
Acclaim.
any developer? It is Acclaim.
Yeah.
That's. Hey, you're not supposed to do that. I was about to say Acclaim. God damn it.
Okay. What was the famous board-shattering phrase from the NBA Jam series when someone did a slam dunk?
Boom shakalaka.
Bonus point if you can name the voice actor.
I always forget his name.
Okay,
The only
it's
thing-
Tim Kitzrow. Moving on.
Oh. Wait, did we get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, Shakalaka.
I would have
Okay.
given you extra points for artistic interpretation, but
Sorry, I
You've
wasted
missed
that
that.
in my shitty rendition of A Song Is Born song.
yeah. Sega released a violent NFL-themed game in 1993 that had a hockey spin-off and then sparked a short-running animated series. What was the game called?
I think I know the answer to this.
Isn't
Is
it
it-
NFL Blitz? No, it's wrong. Is
It's
it?
got to be NFL. Is it? What was that? What was that like monster fucking NFL game where everyone was like ghouls and gremlins and shit?
Oh shit!
Recently, they announced a
I know this
sequel, Brawl Tournament, something.
Oh, like Monster Blood, Blood Brawl, Ghoul Bash. The fuck was that game called?
We're just thinking up titles for your next song.
These are all games
you-
that we need to make. Yeah.
It's a
Ghoul Bash.
euphemism for monster
This is-
football. No, wait, that's too on the nose. monster grid
Gridiron.
beasts.
Ghoul Bash, that's going to be the dream level in Kojima's next game.
Ghoul Bash.
Ghoul Bash.
Do you want to have anyone want to have a guess?
Mutant
Yeah.
Football
Monster
League.
Mash Bash Ball.
It's
Before
Gremlins
that,
and goals.
Blood Bowl, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
It
might be.
wasn't Mutant Football League?
It was Mutant. Well, I'll give it to you. But, well, not. I won't give you any points. But it was Mutant League Football.
Okay. All right.
Mutant
I knew that's what it was. I just couldn't. Come on, Ghoul Bash. That's like almost the same thing, right?
Evan, honestly, I thought you would get some of these. Like,
no, it's fine.
And
it's fine.
It wouldn't be a quiz about 90 sports games without a question relating to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was released in 1999, but how many consoles, handhelds, and other platforms did it release on?
Oh, for fuck's sake. That
So
fucking
it
thing
was
really
the-
question.
It was the PlayStation 1. It was the PSP.
There was
DS,
a
probably?
there's DS version.
Did it ever come out? Did it come out on the PS2?
No, I think it was.
Originally released.
Oh, originally
all
released.
We're looking at.
Okay.
We're not.
Are
all
we
titles
counting
ever.
PC?
Wait, did the Tony Hawk Game Boy Advance game come out later? It must have.
so this is
Oh,
just
you-
the
you got
original,
the
though.
Game Boy Advance
This
as
is the
well.
original game, guys. This is just the
Oh.
original game.
I think I know the answer.
Okay, so sorry, Rafa, you said PS1,
PSP, PC.
Game Boy Advance, PC. I
Yeah.
think that's too many, but let's go with it.
And
Was
the
the Game Boy
DS.
Advance out in
Original
1999?
release.
The
And the
original
DS.
release.
Original release, I have no idea, but I remember. I might be confusing
Did it
the
not come out on
DS
the
with the Game Boy
Dreamcast?
Advance.
Was it not the PlayStation 1 and the Dreamcast, or was it just the PS1?
Probably it was the Dreamcast as well.
Okay.
Did it come out on the
On
N64?
PSP, Dreamcast.
I would ignore
Oh,
PSP. I think it's too old. I mean, it came out because I think this is the original release. So I'm thinking.
Okay.
1999.
So
Okay.
yeah.
PS1, Dreamcast, Nintendo
Did it come out on the-
64. I remember seeing that box.
PC?
Did it come out for PC?
I don't know. That's my.
I played it on PC.
Okay.
I don't know
that's
if it was like a ROM hack turned into an executable or anything because I wasn't buying my games then.
That's when I downloaded them
But,
illegally. Please don't do that.
I know I think I was seeing cases of it.
Should we say
Alright,
4
we need-
then?
Let's just. We need to move on at some point.
Yeah.
So for the last time, so it's PS1. I'm not sure between the DS and GBA.
The DS wasn't out in 1999.
Yeah, okay. So GBA,
It was still like
Probably.
the Game Boy Color.
so
I think, or
PS1,
just maybe after.
GBA, N64,
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast,
GBA.
and PC.
Wait. PS1, PC, Dreamcast, N64,
That's it.
Game
I'd
Boy.
say 4.
That's 5.
Did it come out on Game Boy?
One of these is off.
The fifth
I don't
one
know
would
if it came out
be
on
the
Game Boy.
GBA. So
I think the GBA wasn't released yet.
okay.
I remember seeing that game look real shitty on a fucking handheld console.
Okay, then we'll
What
go
the-
with one handheld then. I don't know. Maybe the Mega
doing
Drive. Was
five?
it on the Game Gear? Or was that 2?
Yeah, I think we should go with 5.
By the way, as we're talking about this, Liam's reactions are the fucking best. He's just like, I'm like trying to read him. 4, 5. Oh shit. Well, 4 or 5.
Which
really-
one
That's
did
two
it go with?
answers.
that
Should we
is
say
two
5?
answers.
5 is risky. 4 is safer because we don't know about the GBA.
All right, let's go with 4. 4.
It's 5.
Oh God damn it!
Game Boy
How
Color.
do I rely? 19
Game Boy Color, was
Tennis
it?
1999. Game Boy Color.
Fuck. Yeah.
Why do I even
It
have
didn't-
teammates?
It
It's
didn't
because
get released
Rafa kept on saying the
PC.
GBA, and I was like, the GBA wasn't out yet, but Game Boy Color was, of course.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, you win some, you lose some. Is that it?
It didn't get released on PC, so that's Rafa engaging in some fraud to get that. It was released. The other thing that you were thinking of that would have been would have taken up the PC slot on your fingers was the N-Gauge.
Oh, I
Jesus.
forgot about that. Yeah.
The old N-Gauge.
Fuck, dude, I remember going to the cell phone store and looking at those and being like, wow, these are way too expensive for me to ever buy one.
It's like a weird phenomenon where every single Tony Hawk game releases on the N-Gage for some reason.
Right?
Yeah.
But how many people own those things?
All right.
So you got 3 then, so that's 6 points. So you're 4 behind Matt.
That's not bad. That's not
That's not
bad.
terrible.
Well played, Matt. That was a very difficult quiz.
Like I said, I honestly thought you were going to get some of those. That's why I picked that topic.
I mean, I will contest. I think Ghoul Bash is worth at least 1 point, but
I think we probably should have got.
I am not the quiz master.
Carried away.
That's fine. Well, the thing is, we didn't know, so we had to go with one number, and it wasn't the one that was right. So
it was 4 or 5. We just missed out by 1.
All right, good stuff. God damn it! What is this? Oh, that's Final Fantasy VII Remake screen, by the way.
Today we are introducing a new segment, Roast Evan.
Do I need to sit back in the chair? Do I have to sit in the chair and not say anything?
You need your crown.
So,
too,
Evan, tell me when your obsession with playing video games on hard mod started.
It all started when
It was when the normal difficulty didn't provide satisfactory.
Provide satisfactory.
That is the best response to that question. Evan, do you want to tell people listening and or watching your current feelings / predicaments with a certain Kojima game that you've been playing before we move on to the actual topic?
So we discussed this prior to the episode a little bit. There's something wrong with me where I have to play games on hard, even if it's ruining my experience. Previously this year, a game that was very beloved by fans and non-fans alike, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which came out last November. Very difficult game, even on normal. Played it on hard, and regardless of dying from a boss 8 or 9 or 10 times, there's something inside me that refuses to lower the difficulty level. Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus, is another example of that. No matter how many times I died, I could not let the game beat me. Much to the detriment of my experience, which I know everyone else is what are you losing by playing it on normal? You're ruining the game for yourself, and I admit that I'm really sour on Jedi Fallen Order when I know it's a really good game, a really very well-made game. And the most recent example of that is the genius director, writer, producer, conceiver, ruler, overlord Kojima-san. Newest game, which also came out last November, just before Jedi Fallen Order, Death Stranding. The boss battles in that game they're terrible. We talked a bit about it before the stream, but it's one of those things where there's a very stark contrast between the regular gameplay loop and what is asked of you in the boss battles. And last night I had a few daddy sodas and hit a wall on a certain boss fight, and in Discord,
literally, was it a literal wall and then all of your packages fell off and then you got sad?
Oh, that also happened. And yeah,
Evan lost his package. There's a euphemism in there.
Maybe that's why I was mad. I let my frustrations out on our Pixel Pints Discord chat. So much so that I did not pay attention to the 30-minute cutscene that followed the boss battle that I dumbed down to very easy because of my frustrations with not necessarily how hard it was, but I thought the game was being so unfair in what it was asking you to do that I dumbed it down to easy, and yeah, I just went off in a giant tirade on Discord. Now, something that some people on here don't know, but I told Liam and Matt, I barely slept last night. I wasn't even thinking about teaching at school today. When I got home today, I reloaded my save
it on hard.
I replayed it on hard, and I beat it the first time. So Liam was right. It's actually not that hard. Basically, this is me apologizing for being too drunk to my girlfriend. I had a long day at work. I was just a little frustrated with stuff going on. I had a couple more beers than I should have, and I went off the handle a little bit.
So what we're basically saying is, on the back of Kojima's games, there should be a beer rating. So don't play this game if you've had more than 2 double IPAs.
Because it's like if you play Snake Eater, it's better if you're more hammered. The flat out drunk, the drunker, the more you just fucking enjoy it.
Well, I beat a game that I actually could not beat, and it took me a year to get back into it because I was so afraid to go back into it. Yakuza 4, I beat that when I was drunk.
Fabulous series of games.
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. That's the only game I probably beat while I was drunk. I played that on hard. Actually, I play all the Yakuza games on normal since I had a terrible experience with Fabulous series of games. Since Yakuza 4 was so fucking hard, I became afraid. So I've solved the problem for myself with one series. I don't know why I can't do it with others. So
is this some form of non-physical self-flagellation?
I don't know. I mean, I don't play multiplayer games. I've never been a competitive person when it comes to like PvP stuff. I don't like multiplayer games. I don't even like playing sports against even my friends, like actual proper like football or anything like that. But the things that I do like are like rock climbing, like running and like weightlifting, and those are all things that like you challenge yourself on. So it's something about like if it's a single player game, I will up the difficulty because I want to challenge just myself. But when it comes to like person-on-person sport or multiplayer stuff, I just like give up immediately. So maybe I'm like overcorrecting because I'm not a competitive person, but I'm like too competitive when it comes to just myself. It sounds like I have it sounds like I should go to a therapist, I think.
You're your own worst enemy.
We're here to help you through these issues.
Yeah, it's kind of what this is a therapy session.
Or we can just point and laugh at you.
You can do that if you want.
Or in the immortal words of Radiohead, you do it to yourself, you do, and that's what really hurts.
Oh, Tom York.
Tom York.
You need to get over your multiplayer hump for the fall, because leaves fall down. When Ghost of Tsushima's nightmare themed or
that looks cool.
Multiplayer comes out.
Alt like Demon World. Yeah. No, you're right. I will. But that's the thing, though. It's co-op. If it's not like, if it's co-op versus AI, I'm fine. When it comes to like human versus human on human contact. Wait, that doesn't. I don't like human on human contact. That doesn't sound right.
It's perfectly acceptable to be asexual these days.
Oh, that is. Which is a message in Death of Stranding. Let's just move on. This is. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I personally don't mind playing games on very easy just so I can get through them.
I always feel bad putting it on very easy. I normally stick to normal, and then I'll be like, oh, if there's no time I have to drop it down, I'm like, I can't do it. So I am. I do kind of get Evan's kind of. You kind of like, well, I'm letting myself down there, so I can kind of see that point of view.
Well, I feel like
I don't even care if I get to the end of the game, that's a fucking accomplishment.
I feel
I'll take the gold star.
If I drop the difficulty, I feel like the game's already won, whether or not I've completed it or not.
Yeah, I understand it, because if you're on the harder difficulty and you need to drop the difficulty down, you kind of feel like you don't want to do it because you've already suffered through like all of this game, and if you turn the difficulty down, it's like I could have turned it down earlier and enjoyed it a lot more. So I'm willing to turn it down.
That is also part of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on Evan's side without this. It's quite hard to turn down the difficulty once you've started on a difficulty.
So what I need to do is just start it on normal from the start.
Yeah.
Because once you hit hard and you're 12 hours in, you're already invested. Like don't bump it down then.
What I'd say is, Evan, if you like a game and you want to play it again, play it through normal, and then if you want to go back and play it again, then play it on hard.
Right. Yeah, but then you don't get It's Evan's thinking about time saving. Is it? Yeah, this is where he's smarter than all of the rest of us.
Oh,
because if he wants to get that beautiful shiny platinum trophy, he plays it through on hard or the hardest difficulty, so that he gets the trophies for normal, easy, very easy, baby game, baby's first video game. He gets all of those in one go. I mean, this is really smart. We're the stupid ones by potentially having to play video games twice.
I wish I could agree with you, but a lot of games now just don't have a complete on hard difficulty setting. Like God of War was like that. Ghost of Tsushima's like that. I think Last of Us.
Just check the trophies before you start. That's what I'd advise you to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
As your attorney, I would advise you to check the trophies ahead of time.
I'm sorry that I'm just so good at video games, you guys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, though, right? You know what I mean, right?
Not a competitive person at all.
No,
not in the slightest.
Look, I'm glad there's such thing as Discord. So, because if I hadn't done that last night, that would have moved its way towards Twitter, and then I would have woken up and probably deleted all those tweets. So, thank you for. Well, actually, there's nothing you can do. It's on there. It's not like.
I just think I missed it. I think I must have been asleep.
You didn't miss anything. I was.
I think I read them. I read them this morning, and I thought Evan's being Evan again. And
was that when I
moved on
logged
with
in my
life.
Discord and there was 50 messages? So I just scrolled through them all. That might be why. So I was like, wow, what's happened? So I just scrolled past.
Dan, you did the right thing. There was nothing there of value. It was just me fucking whining about hard mode boss battle on for 50 messages. So yeah.
So,
all right, I'll work on this.
I would say my thing is if the game is legitimately fucking hard and there is no difficulty change, I'll sit and play it if I like it. But if I have the option to set it down, I'll totally do that. I have no problem dropping the difficulty.
Do you know a great example of that, Matt, that you should play?
Which?
Thronebreaker.
Well played, McWomble.
This guy's a Thronebreaker evangelist.
I know, right? He's like me with Colony Wars.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, there you go.
Maybe you should play Dark Souls first, just to warm yourself up to it.
You should play Dark Souls to warm yourself up to playing any Kojima game.
No, that's not.
I was actually thinking about...
is there a way to warm oneself up for a Kojima game?
That's a good question.
That's a debate for another day, I think.
The game that
I think maybe staring at a few Salvador Dali paintings whilst taking acid.
The game that I started playing earlier this week was Shin Megami Tensei for the Super Nintendo or the Super.
That's
Famicom.
A hard-ass game.
Yeah, and there's no difficulty setting. You just go into it and you have to figure that shit out.
How'd you fare?
Decent with a guide. So when there's no difficulty setting available, I'll default to a guide. Fuck it.
Talking about difficulty settings doesn't really. My brother's kid, he's 5. My brother's got his old Game Boy, and his DS, I think, but he's got the original Game Boy games, the first Mario game, and he gave it to him, and he was he got through the first level, I think, and then dies most of my cousin. This is my nephew, dies very early into the second level, and he goes, "Dad, can you finish it with me?" My brother was like, "No. Until you can get past the next level, you just play that one level."
And you also don't get to eat.
And then say my brother's and he's setting a target in Tetris. He goes, once you can get to this score, you can play more games. And he's like, these are the games you'll be able to play once you can get to Tetris score to this score.
Holy shit! This guy's cracking the good, son.
Let's go.
Yeah. So most people would buy their kid a Switch and let them play modern games. My brother's got out the old Game Boy. There you go, son. Play how we played.
That's the right way to do it. You get your kids through all the past generations. You trick the fat, you give him the best games, but you finish those first. You need to nurture the appreciation for this culture.
And also at that age, the graphics don't matter because it's all in your imagination anyway. So he's having a great time playing classic Mario and Tetris.
Yeah.
Just shows.
And he doesn't have to collect 999 memes.
Exactly.
And he doesn't have to worry about microtransactions either.
Yeah.
Another
God, do you remember that? When games just used to be a game?
Yeah.
Here's the game that you have for the next 6 months. Enjoy it.
We'll get him on the Fortnite train eventually.
Oh no!
Since I've totally hijacked the topic for this week,
we could always move what we were going to talk about till next week and just talk about difficulty stuff.
Well, I was going to talk about difficulty settings, and that difficulty setting would be appreciating anything that Activision Blizzard does. The grasping, greedy fucking corporation that it is.
Oh, I thought Mythic Griffin was going to jump on, just surprise us. You're talking about Blizzard.
Just pops his head out of the ground.
What?
Someone say Blizzard. They can do no wrong. Corey's a bit of a Blizzard apologist, but I was talking to Liam yesterday. We were playing one of those horrible multiplayer games that they're too hard for Evan.
Yeah.
They're too hard for Evan. Evan can't play with others because he only has to play with himself. There's more euphemisms in there.
I do enjoy playing with myself. That's not a yes.
But this whole extra $10 for Cold War upgrade to next-gen consoles, they just saw that Take-Two did it, and Bobby Kotick, being the billionaire that he is, thought, we need more money. And if Strauss, who's also a billionaire, because these two are in competition with one another, to see which billionaire can make the most money on top of their already amassed fortune. If Strauss can do it, I need to do it.
Well, you get bored, right? Once you make your first billion, it's like, well, what do I do now?
Just fuck over as many people as you possibly can, not pay any tax. All of these things are normal when you reach that kind of amassed wealth.
What they could have done though is they could have just said you have to buy the $70 one before the next consoles come out. If you want eventually to want to play it on that console, at least they have given you the choice to upgrade.
Well,
you can pay the $60, and if you don't get a PlayStation 5, you don't have to pay the $10. That's kind of maybe a little bit better than $2K.
The PlayStation 5 version of the game costs that amount, so
yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I think
it's $10 more. So
I think part of it is the fact that we have release dates for sure of the consoles.
No, not really. Just
so
seems like fall at some point.
Yeah, so I think I think that's part of the problem.
No price.
I think that's part of the problem is like we have these third-party companies that don't really know when the fuck these systems are going to come out. It was probably agreed upon at a meeting last, October that yes, games are going to be $70 or $69.99 going forward. Once those new consoles are out, but then COVID hit and everybody's like, well, we're not sure about the manufacturing process and we don't know when the fuck we're going to release these and we don't know what the price is going to be for the console. So can you guys adjust that a little bit and maybe do like an upgrade thing or something?
So I think you can charge for extra for the next gen version, but I think there's a nicer way to do it. Now I don't know about like the way their business operates. Maybe they want to get as much money as fast as possible. Like they don't want that extra $10 later. They want it.
Well,
right
they've said
now.
that's an option. They've said if you buy it now, you can buy a $10 patch later.
That's what I was going to suggest. Like,
it's not so much a patch as it's just simply an upgrade, a free upgrade to the next gen version.
It's a patch. It's a download.
It's not because
it's a fucking download. You're paying $10 to download more data. That's all it is.
I need to correct it because a patch would mean that you were making the PlayStation 4 version of the game more well adjusted to run on the PlayStation 5, but it's not that. It's a version on the PlayStation 5 that's built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5.
It's a semantic argument.
Whether people like it or not, it does cost a lot of money.
So basically,
to develop another version of the game for a different platform.
Well, it depends, and we had this slight conversation yesterday. which is don't plead poverty to me when you've made more money than you've ever made before last year, and that was more than the more money you'd ever made before the year before. So don't say, oh, video games cost too much to make, so we need to charge an extra $10. Fuck off.
So then,
I think a lot of that money in microtransactions.
I think I put that eloquently,
anyway.
by the way.
Well,
Yeah, that's great.
I think your problem is game prices going up by $10.
Your problem is, bud.
the actual like them charging you £10 extra.
I don't have a problem with them charging me whatever the hell they want. It's within there. We've talked about this before as well, which is I'll brought it up and then I'll shut up about it at some point.
I'm just going to stay silent.
So then, instead of a patch, you actually have the.
Did you just say I'll shut up about it at some point? What does that mean?
Like for a full upgrade, you actually would need to re-download the whole game that would replace that one. But the PS4 game would only work in backwards compatible mode, which is at any time a given. You don't have to pay separately for that.
Yeah, exactly. And you shouldn't even have to pay the £10 if you don't want to.
The fact is, so that's what 2K aren't doing, or to my knowledge, they are doing. You can put in your PlayStation 4 disc into your PlayStation 5 and play it at how it was built for PlayStation 4, which actually I'm more on board with.
They won't patch it, though. Yeah.
No. I'm more on board with than what 2K did, personally.
Yeah,
they're giving me the choice to pay the upgrade.
So as it stands right now, if you own an Xbox One, you can buy the 360 version of Black Flag, or you can buy the Xbox One version of Black Flag. I don't know.
They're the same price. Doesn't up the game prices between those generations.
I don't think.
It's also interesting because the 360 version is also enhanced on the X at least, and it looks.
Right, so it's slightly enhanced on the X, but it's that old code base.
Yeah.
The price is, I think, $10 different, if I'm not mistaken, or $5.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, there is. When you bought Call of Duty Ghosts, it costs £10 to upgrade to the next gen version of it.
Right. So, I mean, that does exist. Like we already have some example of what this is going to look like in the future.
I mean, I suppose you could make the argument that like going from a PlayStation 3 to a PlayStation 4 is like a huge difference, considering it's going from a cell architecture to a
right. And if I'm a consumer and I don't own either, right? If I don't already have the 360 version of Black Flag in my library, what am I going to buy? I'm gonna buy the one version because I want the most recent, most up to date, most So,
another slightly shitty thing that I saw Activision Blizzard do was the Modern Warfare has been on sale the entire summer until Cold War got announced, where it went off sale.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So if you can buy the new game, you can pre-order the new game for full price, or you can buy the old game for full price.
Yeah.
They know by putting out the trailer, they're going to have a bunch of a contingent of the population that's like, oh man, I really want to play Call of Duty right now. So they'll take it off sale and make them pay full price for it.
Yeah, but who's actually playing the single player or the other multiplayer shit? Like everybody's playing the Battle Royale.
That's true.
Well,
which is free, so...
If you see... Well, if Evan played games with other people, and like normal people do, if you saw some of the people you run into in the free version of Warzone, a lot of these people have been playing the multiplayer in order to grind for better gear.
Right.
Because trying to do that in Warzone takes a really long time.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm not even going to lie. I was in CEX the day after Cold War got announced, and I had 3 people in the queue in front of me, and all 3 of them bought a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So
wow,
okay.
It works.
That was a weird thing to see. I was selling a couple of games, and that just randomly happened. Yeah, so it definitely does work. Like whether or not Warzone is free, you'll get a contingent of people that see, oh, look at that shiny new campaign. I haven't played the last one, and I would like to play the traditional multiplayer experience, which is a mistake because the multiplayer experience is shit. But yeah, it works on people, and even people, because you get such a huge amount of people in the population that buy games and then sell them straight after, and then go, oh, I want it back, so I'll buy it again. Yeah,
it does happen sometimes. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Evan, would you buy Death Stranding again?
I didn't buy it. I borrowed it from my friend. My friend lent it to me.
Oh my god, you're mad over a game you borrowed?
Yeah,
that doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Money. No, it doesn't. No.
I played the Order 1886.
Do I need to give you a shovel, Evan? You dug yourself a bigger hole.
I feel like you bought the Steelbook edition. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, where's the statue in the background?
I gave my friend Ghost of Tsushima. He lent me Death Stranding, and no.
And now he's having fun.
I can't have an opinion because I'm playing it for free. What is PS Plus?
You totally have an opinion. You just can't be as mad as you are.
And obviously we're shitting on Blizzard. Yeah, we're shitting on Blizzard Activision, but really we should really be upset with Rockstar. The fact they are egregious enough to release the same game on 3 consoles.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
I love how Rafa doesn't know what
every single time.
Rafa doesn't know what Dan's gonna say, but immediately he's like, "No." And
should I put up the 2K Rockstar fanboy flag on Rafa right now?
but yeah, no, that's the fact. We have no one really shits on them, and that is hilarious, isn't it? They've managed to release the same game across 3 generations, and at full price. No, £10 upgrade, you buy the game again.
I have a couple of theories about that, but I'll wait and see more before I judge.
I think that the online they're going to release an online somewhere else with the PlayStation 5 version, but maybe
they've already sort of said they have.
Yeah, they have, haven't they? Yeah. Which would probably make me buy the game again. I'm not going to lie. I like Rockstar games, and I'll probably buy it for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I will as well. But none of you guys have mentioned the most egregious example.
Okay, go ahead.
I think GTA 5 is an interesting exception because with each release, maybe it's not the time to say with each release because it was only released twice basically. So it was for last gen and this gen, right? And the PC version was just slightly upgraded over the console, but actually when it went from the PS3 to the PS4, it actually changed a lot of things. Like they went and revamped shooting, driving, the engine itself. They added so much more. So many.
They did add a lot.
This is a passionate defense of shitty business practice from Rafa here.
No, I agree.
They changed so much.
Money. They deserve to charge for the game.
It's a brand new game.
I'm not sure about this first.
I went just for the sake of it. I think I went close to the end of last year. I installed GTA 5 on my PS3 just for the laugh of it. No,
it's horrifying now.
Yeah.
I think actually I went physical with PlayStation 3, and then because you got that awesome map, and then PlayStation 4 I went digital. And I probably with PlayStation 5, I'd probably go digital again if I end up getting it. Who knows?
But I was saying that none of you guys have mentioned the most egregious example of all of this shit. 505 games and Control.
Control, yeah.
That pisses me off endlessly.
I mean, I was thinking of it in the back of my head, but
I think it's a pretty smart play because there's a lot of people like me that just didn't play it because it was so fucked up on.
No, but that's not the problem though. That's not the problem. The problem is making people pay for the same thing again. It's fair enough if you're a first time consumer, but they're charging for the exact same game.
But
they
again,
haven't added anything to it.
Okay.
If they put hard mode in.
My fear is that their numbers that this upgrade
mode
is not that relevant for people. If you're now we're now close to September, yeah. So in September, you get the game, or no, you got it in August here, right? And you went through all the DLC and everything. Like, would you really play it all through again in November when you've got your new console? Like, I'm thinking, like, you may wait like a year or two, like when you forget about it and like, oh, that was great, let me buy it again now that it's that it's been so long, and I can probably get it for like $15 or 20, I don't know, like much cheaper.
And at that point, the extra money doesn't matter.
In January, I was actually planning on playing it in January.
Back to back twice. Like, oh, I just finished it on last gen. I'm gonna there are some people, but I don't think there are that many. Like, only.
When did Control come out?
It's not about whether you play it again, though. It's about the principle of owning the thing that you've bought.
True. Because if you've got it on PC, it receives all the upgrades and everything.
It's like, I bought the game. I bought all of the DLC. I'm not going to pay £60 for the same game again.
But you did with the GTA, but I suppose they did up-res it slightly.
See, if they want to charge me a £10 upgrade, fair enough. But I'm not going to pay for the whole fucking game.
They should have not. That
is a good point.
Announced this early.
I get what Rafa's saying though, because if you've played through everything right now, right, when the new consoles come out, you're going to be playing Cyberpunk. You're going to be playing whatever the fuck else gets released. Yeah. You're not even going to think about Control. By the time that you do want to play it again, it is going to be $15 or $10 or whatever the fuck it is on
that's
sale.
Just an excuse. That's just an excuse.
No, I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's a shrewd and smart business practice.
Business decision.
It may be a smart business practice, but it's anti-consumer and bad.
I don't disagree that it's
but it's no way. It's no way. More anti-consumer than upping the price by $10 for each game.
They are thinking
they're charging the exact same amount for. Well, actually, they're charging £10 more for the same game, basically the same thing, And there's no way that you can upgrade to that edition at a lower cost. At least the other companies are offering you that.
They are thinking like all these people.
When did Control come out? That's my. When did Control look?
Last August, 1 year ago.
Yeah. So it's exactly the same as what GTA did then, and they didn't charge me £10. I had to buy the whole game again. So it's just like people have done it before. It's not Rockstar. I think it's still. I feel like you can't really shit on them.
It's not the same deal though. It's like completely the same game, just on the next gen system. There's no work done to it. There's no ray tracing included. I'm like, there's no reason to pay for this when I have the other version, and yet you're keeping me from playing the better version of this game simply because you want to charge people for it again. At least with GTA,
how is it a better version if it's the same game?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the better version?
Just having higher frame rates. There's no work done to it.
The game does not run very well in specific points in the game, and it has ray tracing and it has all these effects and stuff, but on the PlayStation 4, stuck on it, even like a base PS4, even the Pro runs pretty choppy. It just does not run as well as it should. So playing it on PlayStation 5 with proper ray tracing, reflective surfaces, I've seen how it runs on PC. It looks fucking amazing. So much so, even though I played this game earlier this year, I'd gladly play it later this year, although that's a single person's opinion. Most people, like you guys say, are not going to. However, if this game could run 60 FPS or close to, it gets fucking pretty choppy at certain points.
Or locked 30.
Well, yeah, that's part of
whenever you pause the game.
Charge for the upgrade.
Oh god, when you pause the game, it's horrible. It turns into a frame a second for a 1.5. It goes and then it starts running properly.
You have to just stand there for a little bit and wait.
So it doesn't even run properly on normal systems. So if people are I'd like to play this game as it was intended in the first place a year ago, and you're charging me to play a game that was intended to run properly, full price. I bought all the DLC too. I'd like to. I might even give you $5 if I can upgrade, but they're not even giving me that opportunity.
This will become a PR angle, just like no microtransactions. has become now. Like our game has no microtransactions, and now we'll
You
have
the slow
our
hand
game
clap
has
from
a
me
free,
whenever I hear
free
that.
next gen upgrade. Yeah,
It's going to be an
I
Excel
genuinely
spreadsheet.
think the only reason people are upset by this is because backwards compatibility has become such a big thing. If that wasn't a thing, everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy it again on next gen consoles," because people did it before. But now everyone talks about backwards compatibility, and they're saying we're allowing backwards compatibility. Now that's why everyone's aggrieved by this decision.
Could you imagine if Rockstar said, actually, we're going to turn off the PS4 and Xbox One servers? So you have to buy the game again to play online.
That would be fucked up.
I can see them doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think they are close to closing the servers for the GTA Online on PS3 and X360, but like some years ago they stopped putting content on that version. So they said like this is going to be.
Oh, yeah, it was a good few years ago. They stopped upgrading.
They even received the heists.
No, I don't think
they did. No, they didn't.
So probably like some years into next gen, they are going to stop supporting the.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be when they notice the microtransactions falling off.
Yeah,
that would be true.
So people have stopped spending money on this game for all this shit that doesn't actually mean anything on the older gen systems. So let's gradually shut that down until no one's spending any money, and then we'll just turn them off.
Yeah, I think Rockstar hates me because I just play the game and I don't spend any money. And because I always look for the updates when it says, come back and you get a free million. So I'll log on for 5 minutes, get my free million, and then turn it off again. So I'm thinking if I do go on the PlayStation 5, if that does carry across, I'm going to have loads of money.
Possible, yeah.
Hilarious.
Should we all just go whilst Matt's not here? And see?
We'll just disappear off camera.
Stream.
But I get what you're saying, Liam. For someone who has played the DLC, I think because you've got all the DLC as well, that's pretty shady. Like if you just bought the base game and none of the DLC, I'd kind of be like,
my passion is only extended to the fact that this is a recent thing for me. You know, I'm still waiting to see what they, what they say. Oh, you buy this version of GTA 5 because it has this, and this. It's like okay, that seems like a worthwhile upgrade. But it probably won't be, and if it isn't, I'm going to be super pissed about that as well because I don't want to pay for the same game that I bought years ago with basically nothing different.
The problem is that they announced these versions so close to the final DLC releasing. Like it was in such a bad taste. Like wait for the next gen consoles to be announced. Like wait some time and then announce it. Like people would take it better because we're going back to another example where Naughty Dog like remastered The Last of Us. Yeah, it was next year, but they didn't announce it before the consoles came out. Like it was towards the end of the first year. So people took it differently, and of course there are different expectations because the architectures of the consoles were so different, and it made of course it's another game, but still like don't put the news out there so fast. Like that comes out as straight greedy. And a second point I would like to make, like because I gave the argument of playing this game back to back and it doesn't make sense. Like if you went through it now, you're not going to be interested in it, and if you're a new player, you're going to wait and get it on the new systems. The same cannot be said about like games like Black Ops or NBA, which are like basically platforms. You're supposed to play that throughout the whole year. Like you need to be there. You can like of course you would want to upgrade. You're getting it now. Actually, Black Ops is coming in November, right? So you might as well like get it on the new systems. That if you can afford the new systems. But that's the thing. Like you can't go through a full year of updates with these games that are basically services and not have the desire to upgrade, to have an upgrade.
Matt,
yes.
I need to make two apologies. One, when I started this, I should have changed my background to the curmudgeon one.
That's what I was noticing. Yes.
And two, we need to kick Rafa off because he said something bad about Naughty Dog. They're a great company, only staffed by great people. They make wonderful games, the best games in the world ever.
Ted Price, he shoots down lightning, and he'll strike you dead if you say anything.
It's Insomniac.
Sorry, wrong studio.
Have I ever told you about a game called Star Wars Shadows of the Empire? No, sorry. Picking up on what Liam said, how do you guys feel about this with the control argument? So we all know that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild gets choppy as fuck, especially in Kakariko Village and the Lost Woods. What if on the Switch 2, which has kind of leaked like rumors of it happening, they said now Breath of the Wild is going to run at 30 locked on Switch 2, but you have to buy it again. How would you feel about that?
11s out of 10.
It's fucking Nintendo, dude. Those their games don't even go on sale.
But I'm saying it's very similar to Control, where nothing has changed other than they're promising you what they should have promised the first time around, right?
I was actually going to bring up Nintendo because they seem to get a pass on all of this bollocks. How many times have people had to buy the same game on the DS, the 3DS, the Wii U, the Wii, and then the Switch for full price each time?
Not only that, like the virtual console shit, like
it's way too expensive. It's so expensive.
It's the exact same ROM that they ripped from the internet. That some dude
fucked up
in his garage fucking ripped off of a cartridge, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna use this," and they sell it to you 3 times.
And the thing is, that's not a joke. They've actually done that. They've ripped ROMs. Like it's not even their own. Like it's not from them. They've taken it from the internet and like repackaged it and sold it to you for like $8 or whatever they sell NES games at. Yeah.
Nintendo don't need to remaster it because someone else will do it for them.
There you go.
Yeah, and then they shut them down after the game gets a bit of a
they get a cease and desist
recognition. All I can hope for is
on the note that we can all acquiesce that all major publishers engage in shitty business practices. Should we call it? Because I need to. Well, I've got a fun task this bank holiday weekend of cleaning the oven.
Oh yeah.
Have you got the oven cleaner? The that's really good stuff. If you get like the big oven cleaner in the orange bottle, it gets it right off.
The orange bottle.
It comes in this orange box, and it's all in there. It gives you all this. It's easy stuff.
Oh, it's like a proper like cure-all, like solve all your oven cleaning needs type of thing.
Yeah.
You're so excited, Dan.
Keith, you should get that. You should get.
That's normally my job. I have to clean the oven. So it's been a godsend.
The only thing that I have to ask our UK audience: is there a lot of people in the British Isles that talk in their sleep? Is this a thing that happens a lot?
Is this a common occurrence?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Do people talk in their sleep? Is that anyone can talk in their sleep?
Well, I know anybody can talk in their sleep, but does it happen more?
How the fuck would I know? I'm not creeping around people's houses at night
I
to
don't
see
know
if they talk in their sleep.
I don't know
Some
if
kind
because we moved
weird home invader.
part of the
You get caught. What are you doing in here? I'm just checking if you talk in your sleep.
This will all make sense when you watch the archive.
Okay.
There you go.
Just putting it out there.
Okay.
And on that note,
Is that a common practice in Las Vegas? So people breaking into other people's houses at night to just listen to.
No, that's the lamest backdrop for a YouTuber ever. My junior high school second year students are doing a communicative lesson about ordering something, and you have to say like it's too old, it's too big, it's too small. Do you have a bigger one? Do you have a newer one? Do you have a smaller one? So I'm gonna make a video and it's about video games. So this is my fake like storefront for video games.
Okay.
So
fucking
funnily
womble
enough,
in the
it
bed.
actually has nothing to do with this podcast. Although
It's a fucking womble
I'd
in the
like
bed.
to talk to you about our Lord and Savior, Yakuza 7. It's here to save 2020.
That was
Fabulous series of games. Thank you. So, Yeah. Bye.